Holy shit, we're actually going the speed limit. We're going under the speed limit. Hey. Holy. How do you do it? The speed limit's 25. Oh. This is beautiful though. Ooh, there's a motorcycle ahead of us. Oh, wait, what is that? Is that one of those trike things? I don't really know how I feel about those. I mean, if that's what you want to ride, that's what you want to ride. Yeah, I respect that. But, and I get it, it's a really great option for, you know, if you've been injured or something, you still want to ride. Maybe you don't have the balance anymore. Maybe you can't support the weight of a bike. I don't know. There could be a lot of reasons, but I know I personally am not a huge fan of them, just in general. You know, I know if I'm still able to ride a two-wheeled motorcycle, I'd much prefer that over a three-wheeled one. But again, you never know why someone's riding one. You don't know what's going on in other people's lives, so I don't like making assumptions, but whatever. Still bike a wave. I bike a wave everyone, mopeds, doesn't matter, whatever you're on. They're not in a cage, and I have nothing against cages, but you know, they're taking this riding journey with me, even if it might be a little different. So at the end of the day, gotta put some respect on that, you know what I'm saying? So being that I ride motorcycles, most people I know I ride motorcycles. A lot of people I meet, it kind of comes up eventually. You know, motorcycles is a huge part of my life, so naturally it kind of bleeds through into the rest of my life, and I'm fine with that. You know, I want it that way. I think being a motorcycle rider doesn't necessarily define me as a person, but it's definitely such a big part of who I am that I definitely think that it's totally legit for it to be there on the surface, pretty much. I don't need you to have to dig through my life to find out that I ride. I don't want to shove it down anyone's throat, but being a little upfront about it also helps you find other people who ride that maybe you would have never known that they did. And overall, it's just, I don't know, just a good, I don't want to say experience, but it helps everyone kind of know a little bit more about you right off the bat. And it's a good conversation starter, honestly. And the thing I found is that there are a lot of people who say they want to ride, who, you know, they don't ride yet, but they say they want to get into it, right? They have dreams, ideas, whatever, about riding bikes. Actually, a lot of girls are like this that I've met. Lots of girls who basically want a bike, but either have misconceptions about if they can ride it or not. You know, if they're gonna be too short for it, if the bike's too heavy, you know, if they'll have control over it. So that's one of the main kind of misconception parts of it, and that's cool too, because you get to explain to people, you know, how it kind of works, and that, yeah, there are girl riders and stuff, and, you know, show them that if they really want to go after this, and if it's really something they're interested in, that it is completely doable, and they don't have to think of it as some unattainable goal or something. So that's one of the really big benefits. One of the other things about it is you hear a lot of people say that, oh, I would ride, but I know if I did, I would totally kill myself. Like, I'm such an aggressive driver. I know if I got on a bike, I would 100% end up I'd kill myself in the first week. I hear stuff like that a lot. That's probably the biggest kind of excuse I hear for why they don't ride. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to tell if they really want to ride, or if they just kind of like bikes and that's their excuse. Hard to tell. But if you're watching this and you really want a bike, but you think that you're one of those people who would kill themselves, I just want you to consider how unlikely that really is. Let's say you drive really aggressive in a car, right? But have you gotten in a ton of accidents that were your fault? Have you almost killed yourself? If you have, then yeah, you might just want to reconsider your driving style completely. But if you haven't, then you may want to think about the fact that, hey, maybe I drive appropriately to the vehicle I'm in. So when I'm in my cage, in my car, and I'm pretty safe, I'm pretty secure in what I'm doing, maybe I drive a little more aggressively. That's because I know that I have a better chance of survival or whatever if something happens. Maybe if you're on a bike and everything's a little sketchier, that wouldn't be the case. And so you'll ride according to your likelihood of being killed, honestly. Like, if we're being real about it, I am an aggressive bike rider. I wouldn't consider myself an idiot. Sometimes I'll ride with other people and I go, wow, you really did that? That seems like a really easy way to die. Like, some people aren't taking some of the risks into consideration when they're doing stuff on their bikes. And that's their choice at the end of the day. They're going to ride how they want to ride. But if you're a really aggressive car driver, just think about the fact that your life is a lot more on the line when you're on a bike. Alright, sorry. I had to make a little pit stop at my favorite place to be, Dutch Bros Coffee. If you don't have one where you live, I'm sorry. And that guy was dancing on the street corners. Alright, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Need more people like that. And going to Dutch Bros will make you dance on street corners, I promise. Alright, so anyway, what I was talking about. If you think that you will kill yourself on a motorcycle just because you drive aggressively, then you either should consider the way you drive, if you really drive that dangerously, or consider the fact that you will not try to kill yourself on purpose. Most people aren't actually out to kill themselves. They like having fun. Maybe they're a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. Maybe they like going fast, whatever it is. You get all that on a bike, but you do not need to try to kill yourself whatsoever. So if you're someone who really wants to get into riding, but you have this fear that you're going to drive a bike exactly how you ride a car, or you're going to have no control, or you're just going to do something crazy stupid and kill yourself, I think you're just really underestimating your will to survive. I think you value your life more than that. I think you realize when you get on a bike, especially if you didn't grow up on dirt bikes or anything, which I didn't, when you first start riding, just the speed limit feels kind of insane, to be honest. I mean, just going the speed limit feels like you're flying. Seems like you're going way too fast. Not having anything around you to protect you gives you a whole different riding experience than being in a car. So I think you should just consider that if you're really interested in it. You have other options too. Get a smaller bike. Get something that you won't be able to kill yourself as easily on. Don't fool yourself. You can buy a 250 and easily kill yourself on it. I had a 300cc bike before this. I could still hit 100 miles an hour. So if you really want to, if you drive like an idiot, things are gonna happen to you as if you were an idiot. So don't fool yourself. I'm not discouraging you, but don't fool yourself into thinking that all it takes is a smaller bike to be 100% safe. That's just simply not the case, and it'd be ignorant to think it was. So I want to dispel that notion right now. But yeah, that's basically the whole thing. When I go back to edit this, I'll see if I can piece together what I was saying. It might seem a little weird listening back to this, but yeah, I had a lot of distractions today. So I hope all y'all have a good day, good week, good month, good year,